He did everything right. Showed up on time, pulled out the chair, asked about your day like he actually wanted to know the answer. He laughed at the right moments. He remembered what you said last Tuesday. He looked at you like you were the only person in the room, and you felt almost nothing, this flat, quiet thing where the butterflies were supposed to be. You smiled back. You said the right things. You told yourself to give it time. But somewhere underneath all of that, there was this low hum of confusion you couldn't shake. Because he was good. You knew he was good. So you told your friends what women always say when they're about to walk away from someone good. He's great on paper, but I just don't feel it. And that would make sense if this was about him. It isn't. And maybe there was someone before this too. Someone good you let go. Because you thought the spark was missing. Before the good one, there was the other one. You know exactly who I'm talking about. With him, you never had to wonder if you had feelings. Your whole body was a feeling. You couldn't eat, couldn't focus, couldn't stop checking if he'd watched your story. You checked your phone 47 times that Tuesday. Not because he texted, because he hadn't. You remember everything about him. What he wore the first night you went out. What he said when he finally called you back after a week of nothing. The way his apartment smelled like coffee and something you still can't name. You can't remember what the good one talked about at dinner last week. With the other one, when he wanted you, everything lit up. When he pulled away, everything dropped. You called that love. Everyone around you called it a problem. Your friends tried. They said the things friends say. That he's not good for you. That you deserve better. That you need to block his number and move on. You knew they were right. You agreed with every word. And then he'd text at 1 a.m. Something small. Something that meant nothing. And your whole chest would light up like you'd been holding your breath for days and someone finally let you exhale. That's the part nobody could explain to you. Why the one who hurt you made you feel everything, and the one who shows up makes you feel like you're sitting in a waiting room, waiting for something to start. You learned what love was before anyone ever explained it to you. You were 7, and you knew from the way the front door closed what kind of night it was going to be. A soft close meant Mom had a good day. Things would be warm. Maybe she'd ask how school was and actually listen. A hard close meant dinner would be quiet. It meant, don't ask for anything. Don't be loud. Don't be a problem. You got good at it, not just the door. Everything. You could read a shift in tone across the kitchen before the sentence was even finished. You could feel the temperature of a room the second you walked into it. You learned to read a room before anyone taught you to read a book. And you didn't do that because you were sensitive. You did it because in your house, love was not something you could count on. It was something you had to read. On good days, you were golden. Your mom was present. Things felt safe. You could breathe. On bad days, you were invisible. Or worse, you were the reason. You never knew which one was coming. And that's the thing about growing up like that. You don't just learn to read people, you learn that love is the thing that could disappear at any second if you stop paying attention. That's not a decision you made. That's a rule your body wrote before you had any say in it. Love doesn't feel secure. It feels like something you could lose if you stop paying attention. And after a while, that uncertainty stopped feeling strange. It started feeling familiar. It started feeling like love. So when you grew up and met a man who ran hot and cold, who disappeared and came back, who made you guess every single day whether you mattered to him or not, your body didn't think danger. It thought home. So here you are, years later, sitting across from someone kind, and your body is quiet. Not because he's boring, because he's predictable. You know he'll text back. You know he'll show up tomorrow. You know what next week looks like with him. And for the first time in your life, there is nothing to solve. No room to read, no mood to decode, no silence to interpret. Just a man who is here, steady, present, and you can't feel it. Here's what nobody told you. Your brain has a system that decides what matters most. And it doesn't activate when something is good. It activates when something is uncertain. It's the same reason you can't stop thinking about someone who hasn't texted you back. Not because they're more important, because the uncertainty keeps the wanting alive. Your brain won't let go of something it can't predict. With the toxic one, that system never turned off. Every text, every silence, every cycle of closeness and distance kept it firing. Your brain treated him like something urgent, something it needed to track every second of every day. You didn't choose that. It wasn't a decision. Your brain did it automatically because the uncertainty made him feel like the most important thing in your world. With the good one, that system went quiet. Not because he doesn't matter, because your brain doesn't know what to do with a reward it can predict. There's no uncertainty to track, no pattern to decode, nothing to solve. So the system that made the toxic one feel like everything treats the good one like background noise. Your brain treated the dangerous one like something to chase. It treated the safe one like something it didn't need to watch. That's not chemistry. That's surveillance, and you've been confusing the two your entire adult life. But after a while, this stops feeling like a dating pattern. It starts feeling like who you are. You start thinking there's something wrong with your wiring, that you're the kind of woman who only wants what hurts. That maybe you're built for damage and you just need to accept that. You're not. But to understand that, we have to go back to that little girl one more time. The little girl who read the room? She grew up. She dated. She loved the way her body taught her to love. She chose the ones who made her feel something, the ones who kept her guessing, the ones who made love feel like a project she could work on if she was just good enough, patient enough, understanding enough. And she walked away from the ones who felt like nothing, not because they were nothing, because the quiet felt wrong, like something was missing, like the absence of chaos meant the absence of connection. You're not choosing the wrong people on purpose. Your body is following the pattern it learned first. But here's what that costs you. You've already walked away from someone good, haven't you? Someone who showed up. Someone who was kind. And you let them go because the quiet felt like proof it wasn't right. And sometimes, usually late at night, you wonder if the problem was never them. It was that your body could only recognize love when it felt unstable. Maybe you're sitting here right now thinking about the good one who's still in front of you. The one you keep almost leaving. The one you're not sure about because they don't make your stomach flip the way the other one did. Or maybe you're thinking about the one who's already gone. The one you didn't understand until right now. Either way, you didn't choose this pattern. You didn't ask to be raised in a house where love was a guessing game. But you're the one living with the wiring. And you've been punishing yourself for following a map someone else drew. What if the word you've been using, boring, was never the right word? What if what you've been calling boring, your nervous system calls safe? What if the love that felt like everything, the racing, the scanning, the sleepless nights, the checking, the waiting, the hoping, wasn't love at all? It was familiarity. Your body going, I've been here before. I know this pattern. This is how it works. That's not chemistry. That's recognition. The same recognition that little girl felt every time the front door opened. The same scanning. The same waiting to find out if today would be good or bad. You weren't falling in love. You were falling back into the only version of love your body ever knew. And the love that felt like nothing? That might be the first time someone offered you love that didn't ask you to brace for it. You couldn't feel what it was yet, because your body had learned to read calm as absence. It's like growing up in a house where the lights flickered constantly. On, off, on, off. That becomes normal. That becomes what light means to you. Then someone hands you a lamp that just stays on. Steady. No flickering. And your first thought isn't, finally, is this thing even working? The lamp is working. You just haven't lived with steady light before. So the next time you're with someone steady, and that voice says you're not into them, you don't have to believe it yet. You just have to ask one question. Am I bored? Or am I safe? And do I even know the difference yet? Because learning to feel safe love isn't about forcing butterflies. It's not about convincing yourself to feel something that isn't there. It's about not leaving the second things get quiet. It's about staying long enough for your body to realize this person is still here. Even when nothing dramatic is happening, that's the part nobody tells you about healing. It doesn't feel like a breakthrough. It doesn't feel like fireworks. It feels like sitting on a couch with someone on a Tuesday night and realizing you're not scanning their face. You're not monitoring their mood. You're not waiting for the shift. You're just there. And so are they. It won't feel intense. It'll feel quiet. And for someone who's spent their whole life waiting for love to disappear, that quiet is going to feel unfamiliar at first. Stay anyway, because the love that feels like nothing might be the first safe thing you've ever been offered. Don't leave before your body learns how to hold it. That voice that tells you safe love isn't real love. It didn't come from nowhere. What if that voice isn't yours? What if it belongs to someone who never learned how to love you right? Next time, how to tell the difference between your intuition and your trauma response. So you stop leaving the right people for the wrong reasons.